Hi, everybody. Sorry for being a few minutes late. We had a few technical difficulties over here with my microphone and my sound, but hopefully you can all hear me. We are doing, I'm going to update our little banner as well. We're doing a little switch up today. So instead of doing the business tarot that we are usually doing, we are actually doing some business glimpse reading. So 2021 business glimpse. I'm going to put it here. I always tend to schedule myself like right before. By the way, I had a client and Solange laughs at me, I know, because like I try to pack in my schedule and like do as much as I can. So I should just like have all of this like together and like be here like 20 minutes before like prepping. But no, we just roll like this. 2021 business glimpse. So what this is today is it's going to be a quick little kind of snapshot, like a kind of 2-minute, 2-card reading that's going to give you a snapshot of 2021 and all that you need to do to take part in this and to let me know that you want to do the reading is to actually drop your business name in the comments. I have Solange who helps me out, so she is going to give you a number. And I know I'm going to ask Solange because I see Lisa backstage. Solange, is Lisa doing 305? Is she one of our reserve people tonight?
No, Lisa is doing 320
Okay.
and Carrie is doing 305. So I don't know if she's
Okay.
here already. Haven't
Carrie.
seen her.
Okay. Carrie. Okay. Carrie, can you remind me of the name of your business? So we're gonna pull Lisa. I'll pull you in right after I get done with Lisa. Okay, thanks, Solange. Okay, and so for everybody else that's watching that does want to have a reading tonight, hello to Taylor, hello to Simone, and anybody else that's watching, drop your business name in the comments. Solange is going to give you a number, and we do not go in consecutive order, but this helps us sort of trend in the, somewhat consecutive order, and I let spirit choose. So I always want to just go to, based on whoever I feel is needed at that specific time. Anybody that joins usually at this stage right now is able to get one though. So make sure that you get your number from Solange, but our order right now is going to be Carrie and then Lisa, who I'm going to pull in live, and then we'll see from there. Okay, so Carrie, so get healthy with Carrie. I'm going to tune into you, Carrie. Okay. The energy that comes in right now, Carrie, it feels like it's kind of like a low grade anxiety, kind of like a worry. It almost feels like there's like a heavy energy to the business right now. And so I just want to reflect that at you so that if there is something going on that you can switch that energy and be mindful about what might be creating that, what might be attaching that to the business so that you can make some changes there. The 3 of air came and then also the pricing card as well, something that's asking you to look at your prices. So 3 of air is about the intellect and the mind. It is talking about there's some sadness that you need to take time to heal and forgive yourself or others. And so with that, it feels like you're just being a little bit too hard on yourself, a little bit too hard on like the way that you wanted this year to go and it didn't go. And I think it's time to just really let go of that. And then in terms of the pricing, it talks about you need to take a look at your pricing, your packages, how much you're charging. And it feels like the way that the card came in is that you also do need to be charging more and seeing a different higher value for what you're offering. And some of that just comes from like how you're packaging things together, things that don't always take your time. And so that's going to be your really big focus for 2021 is just releasing any of that energy that we just talked about that has that heaviness, anything where you're in your head a lot about what didn't happen and what you hoped happened, and going into the new year with changing how you feel and what you see about your prices and actually putting that into motion, because it just feels like kind of the sense of like selling yourself and really the value that you offer are really short. Okay. So I'm going to pause there. My aim so that I can do as many people as possible, since these ones have been popular, is to do about like 2 minutes. So Lisa, I'm going to pull you in right now. Hi, Lisa.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Of course. Let me attach my I can't hear it from my earbuds just so it doesn't create an echo. Give me a moment. So I'm gonna switch that over with the audio. We had all sorts of funny audio things today. So I
The,
think I'm in my pods. Okay, now we're there.
um,
Otherwise, it creates sometimes this massive echo for people, and so I wanted to make sure that we weren't like hurting people's ears. So what is the name of your business?
so it's Lisa Stamper, Mind, Body, Spirit.
Okay, perfect. So Lisa Stamper, Mind, Body, Spirit. So I will look to you as well, just to see if certain things make sense. Okay. Okay. So the two cards that came in are the Queen of Fire and also the Spiritual Gifts card as well. And so spiritual gifts, I do want to start with that one. It's either spiritual gifts of yours that are opening or ones that are becoming stronger. And it's talking about the need to own those a lot more and also start integrating them in and really start claiming them. And I feel like not being shy. That's the sense that I get about the spiritual gifts thing is sometimes like being a little bit shy, putting it out there. So I see you nodding. That makes sense to you?
Yeah, total sense. Yeah.
Okay. So 2021 for you is about, it feels like a full coming out party with that, as well as kind of owning and claiming it rather than feeling like you are separate from certain gifts or being like, oh, I kind of do this, or I'd like to do this, or have this be a part of my business. It feels like it's really removing any separation narrative that you've created around it and just doing it and claiming it because that's how you've been meant to do it this entire time. The Queen of Fire card, I mean, let me just show you this one. It's like really powerful. It kind of has a little bit of glare from my lighting, but it's talking about stretch your wings and fly. Do not underestimate yourself. And you need to also assert your independence and creativity. And so, I mean, I know that you have a small baby, and so I feel you on that because I have a baby that turned one recently. So I know. Oh, really?
Yeah.
How old is your baby?
He just turned 1 in November.
Wow, Sage is November 3rd, so they're like right around the same age.
November 1st. Oh my God.
Crazy. Okay, so I feel you on the stage of motherhood that you're in, that like there's a lot. There's a lot there, and I know it's like hard to like fully just like probably do all the things that you want to do as much as you just like want to do them and you're so ready to do it. But this right here is saying like, okay, like this is your time. This is your time to really put all of those things in motion and to not dream like or set the goals and the things that you want to do from the place that you're in right now, but just knowing that it just feels like there's other kinds of support and phases or things that are going to come in. And it's like really owning your wildness and your weirdness and sort of your eclectic nature. Like it does really feel like for you to do this, like it's kind of like the first version was there and it feels like kind of safe, but this one feels like it's a totally different kind of wild energy to it. And I think that okay, so you're nodding. So you already have you
I
been
guess,
thinking about this or you know exactly what I'm naming?
can I ask you a question about that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I got really into angels that when I was first cracked open and like that was awesome. But like then I also swear a lot, but like so I do angel readings for people and then I also do mediumship. But then lately I've been being called to like intuitive business stuff. But I also love connecting people with their passed over loved ones. And I was working with this coach and she's like, well, you can't say you're a medium and a coach. And I was like, okay.
Well, I don't know who made that up, but you can do whatever the fuck you want. So
Right. Right.
I get that like maybe it was like from the lens of like, oh, you need to niche down and you can't be this and that. I
Yeah.
mean, I get that, but at times like things tend to work themselves out. And if you're feeling right now that you're meant to do both, then do both. And there's probably going to be some kind of cross section. It might not make sense today, but if that just trust that. And I bet there's probably going to be something that comes
Because
in or some way that it intersects.
it just fucking feeds my soul. Like when I work with spirit, oh my God. Okay, so I really want to end my aesthetics business. Is that going to happen? And just, can I go just fully spirit, please?
Well, I feel like that's exactly what this
I think
is.
so too. Okay.
It's funny too, because you remind me a lot of my best friend who is like totally switching her like lash like skincare business over into a complete like healing center where they do Reiki and have readers and like
So wild. Sorry, this is coming in strong. Every single people that I know that were focused on outer beauty are
mhm.
now focusing on inner beauty. It's fucking wild.
I think it's like all of this age of Aquarius stuff. Like, I think everyone was kind of put into like a different category of healing or like healing kinds of stuff. And that it was sort of like spirit's way of keeping people sort of doing something that they liked and enjoyed and were good at and were being purposeful with as well. And then they're like, okay, well, this is really who you came here to be. So it's time. It's time to really do this.
I got so connected with you. Thank you so much.
I'm so glad we connected and I got to have you live to talk to you. This was really fun. But yes, keep me posted on all of it. Keep me
Will
posted.
do. And I would love to see your little one. We can have a little chat. He'll be so cute.
Yeah, that would be really fun. We can just have like, I mean, I know that they would probably be distracting if we were trying to do cards and
Oh,
all
yeah.
of that, but I mean, we'll find something out. So, but yeah, I'm glad I connected with you. Have a good rest of your night.
You too, love.
Bye, Lisa. Yay. That was so fun. Hi, Solange. So where are we at in terms of numbers?
Hi, we are up to number 3
Okay.
right now. Yes. And then we have another spot reserved for 340 for Rebecca.
Okay. So we don't have any reserved things until 340. Okay. Cool.
Exactly.
Okay. I think I want to do number 3, number 1, and then number 2. What's that? Who's in that order?
Number 3 is Melissa.
Okay. Perfect. Melissa, do I have your business name yet?
She just posted a general rating.
Okay, girl. So we are doing 2021 business glimpses is what I'm calling it. And so it does need to be something that we tune into with the business. So who's number 1?
Number 1 is Taylor.
Taylor. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Taylor, and then who's the other person?
Simone. I'm not really sure if I'm saying it okay. Simone Marie.
Okay. Thanks, Solange. Okay.
Okay.
So, Melissa, do you have a business? And if you do, let me know the name of it. Taylor or Simone. I'll just see whoever drops their or I find their business name first. We'll do it that way. Okay, so I see Anissa. Make sure you get your number, Anissa. Okay, here, Taylor. Here we go. Taylor. So yeah, Melissa, let me know. I'll circle back with you and we'll see where we're at with that. So Taylor, how are you? And then Simone, and then Melissa, just chime in, girl, if you have a business name. We're doing a little different today with a theme. Okay. Okay. You have a really focused energy that steps in with your business for next year. So I want to start there, Taylor, for Lively Sisterhood. Okay. 2 cards are coming in. So the first is 8 of Fire. So it's talking about things are moving at a fast pace. Delays are over. Many things are happening at once. I don't know if like we had this card for you recently or if it's just similar kinds of things that are coming through with you week after week, like different cards that are essentially saying the same thing. So it's saying there's also this money blocks card saying that like there are some energetic things to tidy up. So what I see for you specifically is for you to reach your next level of abundance, because that's why it's being shown. Is it's not that like it's not coming, it's that 2021 for you is reaching a whole entire like new abundance league. And for you, it's like, as you know, doing that inner money relationship work to see what it is that's going to allow you to take that step up and be that person and make those choices and charge those prices and really stand in that. And so I do feel like, because this card is coming in and telling you that things are moving at a really fast pace, it does seem like something that you're meant to be doing and working on in the coming weeks, because I feel like in the first few months of next year, like a lot takes off. And so I want you to be in that next level quantum abundance frequency before all of that stuff happens, before you create, like, I do see as well, I feel like some stuff is already laid out. And I know that we've even talked about some stuff laid out that like you're looking at and some stuff that you're launching. But May is coming up. And I feel like there's something about May and this spring where a lot of the kind of next level money work that you're doing is putting a new program in place, a new thing. I'm hearing membership community. So I don't know if that's something that's been sort of like floating around, but I feel like there is something attached to May that I really, really, really want you to do the work for energetically now to be ready for. Okay. Okay. So I know we did Taylor. I know Melissa and Simone. Okay. So Melissa, I could pull a card for you just in terms of like potential and just see what we're seeing for you 2021 in terms of the business, the potential. Okay. 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 So they're talking about and showing me the nervousness associated with the business and having a business, and it feels as though you do need to be mindful about what aspect of the energy you're tuning into, because I see that there are times where it feels kind of like exhilarating and exciting and kind of tingly. And then there's other times where it's kind of like, oh shit, like I can't even, this stresses me out. This is too much to even think about. So I do want you to start to be more mindful about which aspect of the energy you're tuning into. Queen of Air card is here. It's talking about objective decision making, clearing away all that no longer serves you, and seeing humor in a situation. So it feels like something has got to go, because it's about making space for it. So just like you might clean out your closet before you get a new wardrobe, it's clearing out some of the clutter and old crap that's not serving you anymore to make space in your life for this business. And that's something I see you doing in the coming weeks, although it feels like it goes through the first few months of next year. The other thing is like talking about, which is interesting that this one came up. It's talking about that you need to keep going, that you cannot stop before you're successful. And for you particularly, it's like you're not meant to be a maintainer. And what they're showing me is that like, and some of it was out of necessity, just based on what needed to happen at that point in life and where you were at and the availability of time that you had, is that like things were very much about maintaining the last 3 years for you, and that for you to get out of that mode, which you've been asking for quite a bit, it is time for you to really, really switch that up. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. And Taylor, I saw you put your business name. Hopefully you did see that, because we did just do yours, Taylor, but if not, you can see it on the replay, or maybe it lets you rewind. I'm not sure exactly, but make sure you watch yours, Taylor. And by the way, you guys, like I know sometimes we can watch these readings and we just are like kind of getting pulled in, and I really want to hear, I do really want to hear from you guys about what landed. And so Taylor Goodwin, we did just do yours, girl, right before Melissa. You were right before Melissa. So we jumped around a little bit just based on who was there. So yours already happened, Taylor. So just make sure you either rewind back or go back to the replay. So I did Melissa, and now we're on Simone. True to we. Okay. Hi, Simone. So yes, I just want to remind you guys to type back to me, like even if I happen to not see it, like while we're actually live, Certainly always go back and I will read, and like I love just hearing what landed, what resonated. Like, yes, this makes sense because this is going on. Your card's already jumping out, Simone. I feel like spirit can be very impatient. So yes, let me know. Okay, Simone. Who do we? I want to feel into the energy that I'm stepping into with this. It's kind of this sense of there's somebody in your ear. I don't know who it is, but it feels like there's somebody that would be like a family member, a partner, or a close friend that has been, it almost feels like they're pushing you away or sort of like trying to talk you into a different path that makes sense, but it's showing me that it makes sense more for them, but it's not necessarily something that makes sense for you. So I do I do very much want you to uh be clear on if it's for you, if it belongs to you or not. For Three of Earth card, this is the first one that's coming up for you. It's talking about the power of creativity, recognition for being a very high quality of work, being a team player, and then this surrender card is coming in as well. So looking at this through the lens of 2021, I have this sense of like something needing to be either built or rebuilt. Like it feels like there's kind of an idea there or a foundation that's there, but it does feel like things entering into 2021 that there's a different nature to it. So this would make sense if, for instance, like this was a new business, or if you had a different vision or something that you were reworking with the business or something that you've been wanting to implement. Like that's how I'm seeing like you building things, and that it does feel like it's something that's going to take a lot of sustained discipline and energy, as well as like making sure that you are being strategic with it as well. The surrender card says what part of you needs this to be any different than it is right now, and also letting go of like and dislike. And so I do feel like for you there's this element of needing to let go of some of the things that haven't worked out or didn't go the way that you wanted them to. You've been working on your website and adding a traumatic brain injury for yoga. Okay. Yeah. So I do feel like this element of surrender is like not putting too much energy into the resistance part of it. And I feel like for you, the surrender is just going to need to be like a through line theme for how you move through next year, because it does feel like whatever you're doing next, it feels like there's some twists and turns, and it's not a bad thing, but you will put some energetic blocking into it if you are if you're not going with the flow, or and you're going to miss some things that spirit is trying to send to you as exactly what you're asking for if you are pushing them away because you're just like, oh, that's not the way that I thought it would come. No, this isn't for me. This isn't the way that I want it. So let me know if that makes sense, Simone. And Simone, you were talking about the workshop for tonight, but I know that I'm wondering if you're talking about the one that's on the 21st. I want to make sure that we're on the same page about what you're talking about when you said the workshop tonight, because I know I have some things and I think that you signed up for one of them, but they're not happening tonight. There's the 17th and the 21st. So I want to make sure. Yeah, so let me know if that makes sense for you, Simone. Okay, so Solange, who is next? Where are we at?
Hi, sorry, I couldn't unmute myself.
You're fine.
We don't
I'm really not. I'm not liking
anyone.
this like ponytail hairdo. I feel like by the way this ponytail hairdo and the way that it flips on camera, it's not my favorite, but we're here, so we're rolling with it. What are we on for the numbers?
We don't have any more numbers, so I just share on the groups and everything. So if anybody wants,
I know that there's more. Well, I saw who is this? Anissa? I saw her. Anissa, are you still here? Who else is still here? Because the way that we're doing these tonight is we just need you to, well, we're going to go with whoever drops their business name, and then Solange basically helps organize the flow. She gives numbers just so that we can make sure that we get everybody that we can. Hi, Sarah. So Sarah, Anissa, let us know what your business name is. Anissa, I want to know if you're still here, girl, so that we can focus on who's actually here in live. So it's 2021 business glimpse. So it's going to be 2 cards. I aim for about just 2 minutes, pulling through a quick little message, a quick little read of what your business vibes are looking like in 2021. But what we need is the name of your business to be able to tune into that. So if there's anybody that's watching now that would like to be next, let me know, because Anissa, I'm not sure if you are still here. Give me a shout. And so the good thing is that we have free will choice. So when we take a look and we tune into the energy of your business, it's based on that energetic imprint of what is showing up today. And so from that, we can get basically a kind of a map of what we're seeing ahead, what the landscape is looking like in 2021. And what is really good is that if it's something that you feel like you're not loving, then it's your opportunity to change it, to show up differently, to be differently, to do different things so that something different comes out to play, right, within your business. Or if you're loving it, then it's confirmation that like all the things that you've been doing to show up, to be consistent in your business and your message, or if you've been getting an intuition about something happening, then it's great to have that confirmation. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Simone, the 2021 workshop. Yeah, Simone, I just wanted to make sure that you were talking about, I'm not sure if it's the one that I'm doing, because I know that I'm doing one, but it's on the 21st, and then I'm doing one on the 17th. So I just wanted to make sure that if it was my workshop that you were talking about with the readings, that we were not sort of crossing wires on time. Okay, so who wants to go next? I see that there's 8 people that are watching live right now. So I'm assuming that some of you guys do want readings. Unless you just want to kind of hang out and be reading voyeurs, we're okay with that as well. But other than that, yeah, I just want to make sure that we're focusing on people that are live. So Sarah or Anissa, if you are still here, please let me know so that we can pull some cards for you. Carrie, you're listening. Awesome. What else? Well, I'm waiting for you guys to raise a hand. Otherwise, we'll just talk about other random things before someone wants a reading. What else? We do have my group, by the way. So if you guys are a big fan of receiving readings or getting that, kind of read on what the energy feels like, I do every Monday put pictures of 2 different card sets that you can choose from. And then later in the day on Monday as well, based on the one that you chose, I show the photos of the cards and I pull through a message that basically just shows what the energy is looking like for you as a focus for the week ahead. We do a lot in there specifically for coaches and healers or people that are readers or spiritual freelancers, in terms of like helping you guys pull through different leads or ways of improving your business. So Sarah, you're here. So Sarah, girl, I need to know the name of your business if you want to do it. Or Cherie, hello. So if Cherie or Sarah, if you want a reading, we need the name of your business. And so it's a 2021 glimpse of how the energy is showing up. So that's what we're waiting for. But yes, the group, it's very, very fun. And it's something that you know what we are doing in there that is super fun? It is I'm calling it our spiritual as fuck gift exchange. So it's kind of like our take on Secret Santa, but all of the different people that have sessions or different types of readings, whatever it is that people do, are putting in a 45-minute session. And then we are basically allowing spirit through just randomness of order to pair people together so that everyone who's giving a reading or a coaching session or whatever it is that people put in can actually get one in return as well from somebody. So that is really fun. So if you guys have not signed up for that yet, or if you're not in the group yet, I'll have Solange put our link to our group there. Okay, so Sarah, what kind of we do business readings primarily. So okay, well, do you want a business, Sarah? Girl, Ricky, I mean, this is age of Aquarius, so I'm assuming that you're meant to be stepping into this if you're showing up here. I'm assuming that you're meant to be getting that sign or that push to make it a business and to start making some money. Let me know where you're at with that, and then we'll do a reading. You should definitely join the group though. You'd fit in really well with us. Okay, so Cherie Coetzee, Kinko Kids. Kinko. I think I said it wrong, and I think it's Kinko. Okay. Okay. Pulling some cards for you, Cherie. Okay. So renewal is coming in. I'm feeling a bit of stagnant energy coming in as it relates to the business. Why might I be feeling that? Because it does feel like it needs a little bit of a shakeup. This renewal card is coming in. It's talking about review and evaluate. It's talking about a favorable assessment of the facts and that it's time to move in a new direction. Okay. So I do want to focus on it's time to move in a new direction, not because it's time to like fully just ditch the business that you're doing now, but I think that what I'm feeling in terms of like whatever energy is feeling stagnant, or it almost feels like there might be a part of you that doesn't like certain aspects of it, that has been thinking about changing it, but just hasn't gotten around to doing it yet. And so I do feel like for 2021, it is about bringing in that new, fresh energy and bringing in some things that people experience the business differently. Like now that the business feels different to you and that there's a different energy going on within it, that people are then experiencing the energy a lot different. And I think that that's been one of the things that's been blocking some of the inflow of people that I feel like have money to spend with you, but they haven't been feeling as connected to it. And so I want you to look at that. Tell me if that makes sense as well, Cherie. So my BS alert card is coming in as well. And so this is talking about you letting inner critics run the show, that it's time to really see the truth of certain things, because I think at times we can put ourselves into a kind of victim mindset, really fighting for our own limitations. And so I feel like this is one of those tough love moments where I think you really need to be honest with yourself. And I want you to do this even before you go into the next year as well. And really look at some of the hard facts and some of the hard questions that I feel like you've avoided looking at or thinking about with it. And I think that the sooner that you do that and the sooner that you get clear on that, the faster that you'll be able to move into the business with the new energy. Okay. Okay. So Sarah, I'll pull some cards for you, Sarah. But if you're watching, Sarah, I have a tendency of attracting like the healers, the light workers, the world changers that are needing to play a bigger game. And so you're saying I have no business, unfortunately, but yeah, you landed here, girl, on these business ratings. And so I do want you to take that in itself as a sign from the universe. Okay. So Cherie, you're saying so busy that you've been struggling to keep up with the business itself, and you want to sign a new partner, but you're just not so sure. Yes. Okay. So Cherie, those are some of those hard things that I was getting in the reading that I want you to look at. Is I feel like this is a really dig deep and let's be really fucking honest with ourselves, like moment before you move forward with any big things. So I hope that you will do that. And I think that you'll know what to do from there. Okay, Sarah, and then I'll pull Rebecca in. I see you backstage. Ace of Fire. So it's talking about an exciting new opportunity, career advancement, change your life now. Okay, hello, Sarah. Hello, Sarah. I hope you're hearing this. I hope you're watching. Because I think that it is your time and we are entering into age of Aquarius. I want to say it's officially starting a week from today. And a lot of people like you that came here with these very special healing gifts are meant to be doing that in a bigger way. And for the world that we live in today, for us to be sharing our gifts on the regular, we do need to be getting paid for it. So I do want you to start charging for it now. I want you to start asking for money for it. Like my challenge for you, Sarah, is to get somebody to pay you for your healing before the end of this year if you have not done that yet. I'm feeling like you haven't yet if you're saying that it's not yet a business. I think that it's still existing in like the hobby category for you right now. And I want you to really shift the narrative and the possibility that you see around that before 2021 even starts. This morning routine card is coming in. And so I do feel like right now, it's time for you to shake up how you are starting your day because it feels like it is just kind of keeping you in the same place. And so if you do want to be her, like Sarah White, who has a Reiki healing business, and you're like just, manifesting amazing clients just by showing up and sharing your magic, I do really want you to have something that connects you with that every single day so that you're not just starting your day in the same energy and sort of creating by default. So that's where I'm going to point you. And I hope that you will start it. I hope that you will start it now at the tail end of 2020. You find it hard to do what part? To charge, I bet. Join our group if you haven't, Sarah. We'll make sure that you make that money. But yeah, I really feel like for you, it's like it's an inner shift, and it's kind of clearing out some of this muck before you go into 2021 so that it can be a business and you can make money charging people. Yeah, I mean, that's such a common thing with the healers, with the light workers. I mean, yes. So hang out in there. We'll drop the link. Actually, Solange dropped it right above how to make money being magical. We have money in the name because we need to make money for the magic as well. Okay, so I am going to pull in Rebecca. Hi. How are
Hi,
you?
how's it going? Good. How are you doing?
I'm good. So remind me of your business name because I know you put it before we started this. So we'll pull some cards for you.
Okay, yeah. So the business name is Delta Vita, which is Delta is the Greek symbol
Mm,
for change, the triangle, and then Vita is life in Latin.
okay.
Yeah, it's all
Delta
about
Vita.
rest and stress and really change the focus of your life. So yeah.
Okay. I love it. And I love this, whatever background you have, it feels very like you're in like an old timey kind of like epic like tavern or
Yes.
magical library. I don't know.
Yeah,
What is
it's
it?
a wood. It's like a wood screen. It's like one of the like a room
Ooh,
divider. Yeah, I love it.
it's beautiful.
Thank
Like
you.
I feel like I'm transported into another time when I look at you. Okay, so well, first off, like looking at 2021, Three of Fire card is coming in, is talking about abundance. Things look very good. Have patience at this time. Make long-term plans. I feel like it doesn't
Oh,
get much better than that in
that's a good
terms,
one.
right, of like a card for the year ahead. The thing that I really do want to point out though is like they're sort of like sitting on this little perch, this like kind of the edge of this cliff, and they're kind of looking out. Um, Among a lot of chaos. And so I do really want you to know that, like, depending on what you see and what you're tuned into, there's going to be times where you're like, I'm in this garden chilling with my fucking spirit dragon. And there's going to be times where you're like, shit, there's a volcano that might destroy the earth. Like, oh my God. Like,
Right?
there's different things that you can be tuned into at different times. And um, some of that might seem like it's happening or be happening. And I think that it doesn't change the abundance and like you being in the right place at the right time and the right business and doing the right things. And so I think
Yeah.
it's just to be aware of what you're tuning into as well, to stay on track with that, because there is going to be um some system. I mean, 2021 and like this age that we're into is like the fall of the systems as well. And so
Right.
you're a part of the way that we rebuild that with the work that you're doing. And so yeah, just remember that. And I think like have sort of this sounds weird, kind of like a cherry spirit of like, yes, like that disaster apparently is like right on time to like, great, I know this is
Yeah.
moving us forward. Yeah, like, oh, this is happening, unfolding in just the way it's meant to. And like, I think that it's really going to change you. So the standout card did come in upside down. So I feel like as well, it's knowing next year that you're going to feel a little of that resistance of like, putting yourself out there in bigger ways, and to even like attaching your face and your video and your picture to things. And so to not feel like you're this, like, I feel like there's almost kind of like a shy little girl energy that's still attached to you, and to remember that that she's still a part of you, but that there's also another part of you that has this message to share, and there's this other element of you that's like grown like since then as well. And I just want you to know that it is going to feel a little bit I feel like the anxiousness in my chest come in as soon as I tune into it. There's going to be some moments of like feeling a little bit anxious with putting yourself out there, but I just want you to be with that and to do it anyway, because that's a part of your evolution for 2021. So
Awesome.
so how did that land for you? I'll leave you with that.
Great. The chaos felt like this year, but it was, I mean, this year has been crazy for a multitude of reasons, but it's been super transformational. So like going into 2021 with that, the chaotic energy, but it turned into like major life changing into the business, and then into 2021, like into abundance felt very real. And then on top of that, like having some fear and some anxiety of like, I'm building a business, I'm the face of it, I've got to be the one, like I'm the one that has to go and put my face out there. But then just do it, because I know like I want to change the world. So
yes, and what you went through just this year, a lot of people like in the masses are going to be going through that next. And so the leaders of that, the people that walk them through that, are the people that go first. And so that is kind of a chaotic energy, right? So it's kind of like, that's how I see you sitting up there in your like little garden chilling with your like spirit animals. Like it's kind of like you're sort of like a bit separate from it, and you're sort of in this like abundance place, right? In this place of beauty while you look out on it. I feel like that's what we're seeing, is like that it's still happening and it's still going on, but like if there's people that are close to you that are then going through what you went through this year, of like not getting too sucked into that energy, when it is important to stay in yours, to be able to be the one that is the leader here.
Yeah, I definitely feel that. I mean, I've already started feeling that in a multitude of ways. So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
Well,
Thank
confirmation
you.
For you. Thanks for coming live.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me.
Bye, Rebecca. All right, you guys. So I wanted to see and just check in. Is there anybody that's here that did not get a reading that really wants a business reading? And you can see in the comments, we've had a couple of amazing women who are willing to join live, and we always tend to dive a little bit deeper and have like fun conversations, which you're totally welcome to join live if you want to, but you don't have to. Yeah, so Emily, hi. Yeah, Emily, can you tell me if you have a business? Because we are doing business readings. We're doing 2021 business glimpses. So do you have a business that has a name that we can share? Okay. And Solange, is there any, I think that we're all caught up on people. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, cool. All right. So Emily, I see your comment. Me. I see it. we're ready to go to you. I know we have a little bit of a lag sometimes for me to see the comments, but if you have a business, you don't have a business. Okay. Well, we'll just pull a card. We'll pull one card and we'll see. I try to stay focused on the 2021 business stuff since that's our like intentional container that we set. But we will just, you're here, we're available. Let's just pull it and see what comes. So Emily, the merchant, I think is how you say it. Okay. Interesting. I think it's always interesting when I shuffle the cards around and I pull the same card out of the deck that was just in the last reading. And if you were hearing any of that from what I said to Rebecca, since she had the same card as well, then it's likely that it's probably for you as well. I feel like it's time for you to move in a different direction. So I do have a different deck that I want to pull from and see what they're wanting to. It's more in terms of like your career, your professional life. Interesting. So I pulled from my life purpose deck, and this crystal card is coming in. And so it's talking about your connection with crystals, with gemstones, the channel for healing energy. So I feel like that would make sense for somebody that is meant to go more in a spiritual path, in a healing path, somebody that's meant to be putting some different or needing some different energies around them right now to support them. I do feel like there's a sense of a toxic environment that you are in, and certain people that you're around regularly that are not they're not really in the vibe of where you're headed. And so I think that it's very possible that you might be getting some crystal cards because they're saying like, hey, you need all of these high frequencies, you need these energies around you. Let's make sure that you have them in the form of jewelry and different things to remind you of who you are and what you want to feel and what you're choosing. I do feel like 2021 is a time where you're going to be waking up. Okay, so Taylor, we did do yours already, Taylor, but I will. Solange, can you respond to Taylor in the comments? Because I wanted to make sure she knew she wasn't skipped. So Emily, I feel like for you, it's taking the time to look at your spiritual growth in a different way. I do feel like for you, it's going to start with that, and I think it's giving yourself a little bit more, time to prioritize. And I do see like this as being a split from some of the family beliefs or the beliefs that you've been raised in, of like taking the time to push just the pause button on that and then seeing, well, who am I today? Is this still a fit for me? What am I resonating with? What's going to be in line with my growth? And I do feel like for you, it's going to be a year that really shakes you up, where you're asking a lot of the big questions. It's kind of it feels like a bit of a spiritual awakening kind of year for you. So I think that what's interesting is whatever Rebecca said that she just went through, I feel like you are on the reverse of that. So this card talking about like going through like the chaos and the things that shake you up so much to your core that like everything changes and you step into life in a really intentional way. I feel like for you, that's 2021, where it is this big shakeup where you kind of question everything, and where you really, I think, realize like who you really are, not like who people told you that you were, but who you know that you are. And you start really believing in yourself in a different way. And a lot, I feel like next year plants the seeds for a lot of different things to change. I don't know that. I feel like it's a foundation setting year, and that the work that you do next year is going to be the thing that leads you into like what changes you put in place in terms of 2022 and 2023. So let me know if that makes sense, but it's very much a rebirth year for you. And so I know like Rebecca, I certainly had one of those years as well. And there's a fucking intensity to those because all the old shit that doesn't serve you anymore falls away. And ooh, pardon my phone. Let me ignore this call. But yeah, all the old shit falls away, and it's intense. It does feel intense, and it feels uncomfortable in that like you're really looking at who you are now and looking at all of your relationships to decide if they serve you and the people that you spend time with and your job and like really every aspect of your life. And there is an intensity to that, to those rebirth years, but they are very much a thing that you want to lean into and not resist, because it's happening whether you want it to or not. And the people that tend to have the most I don't want to say ease, but the most I guess the easiest ride, I guess, along it is the people that do step into acceptance and they know that things are meant to change and shift, and they don't try to resist it, because spirit has a way of being very rough with us. Like if we're meant to like quit a job or leave a relationship and we don't do it, it's one of those things where it will happen for us, whether we're ready or not, if we resist it. And so it's better to really like listen to those whispers before it gets really intense. Okay, good. So Simone, you did see your reading. Okay, good. I'd love to hear from you as well, Emily, what landed. Taylor, when you watch yours, Taylor, we did yours. It was right before Melissa, I want to say. Maybe you were around like the third kind of person, Taylor, just to kind of give you a sense. It was more in the beginning. I think that is everybody. I think that is everybody. So these are the winter hours. I did just switch times as of last week. So through around like February or so before we enter into a new season, it will be Mondays at 3 o'clock Pacific, 6 Eastern. And then when we have a new season, I imagine we'll find a new time. We'll find a new place for these. But for the next several weeks, we will be in this time slot. So if you enjoy this, we do have different kinds of themes. Sometimes it's open-ended business questions. Put it on your calendar, or better yet, join my group called How to Make Money Being Magical. Solange will help me out by dropping that link in the comments. It is very much based on the divine feminine in business, and coaches and healers and readers and people that are what I call spiritual freelancers definitely are the main people that I serve here in that group. But anybody that has a business, or I'll call it sort of like entrepreneurial endeavors that they're working towards, that wants to move into business with balancing themselves in the divine feminine energy, not from the over masculinized kind of patriarchal energy of like pushing and striving and hustling and all the things that have been kind of pounded into us culturally with business. We're like, how do you use intuition? How do you give your intuition a seat at the table? How do you use your creativity and your uniqueness and your weirdness to thrive in business? We're more of that flavor in there. So just to give you a taste of what we do, there's lots of stuff. There's lots of stuff going on, but I think we'll wrap it up. I want to say that I have one more spot. Let me just like refresh and double check. Yeah, so it looks like I have one more spot open a week from Monday. I will drop the link in. It's for 15-minute business readings for 2021. So while we did a very top level 2-card thing where there wasn't a lot of like interaction or questions, 15 minutes goes a lot deeper. And I have one spot left for my 2021 business reading. So I'm going to just grab the link. I'm really bad at trying to grab links. That's why Solange usually does it, like while I'm talking. But there's one spot. I opened up 8 spots for these, and 7 of them have already been filled in the last like 24 hours. So grab that, because I guarantee that one will fill. And Solange, if you could share that as well, that is the last spot for 5 o'clock Pacific on the 21st to be involved in that small group reading for a 15-minute business reading, and all the details, all of your FAQs are going to be answered on that page as well. So thanks, everybody. I will see you next Monday. I'll see you in the group if you're there. Have a fun